This video is going to be a long one, and it's a long one in the making, but if you have never watched any of my videos to the end, I pray that you do watch this one. So for those of you who don't know, this man right here is Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, full-on Republican and the savior of God and good grace. But I'm sure you guys remember him from that little scandal he pulled with those 50 illegal aliens that he shipped from Texas to Florida just so he can ship them out of Florida. Remember that? Yeah, that. Now, one of the first things DeSantis did when he became governor was introduce what he called the Stop Woke Act. Or as they're commonly calling it, the Stop Wrong to Our Kids and Employees Act. What does this act do, you say? It basically regulates the content that can be taught in school and in the workplace. Now, among this act, there are provisions. It prohibits teaching others that individuals are responsible for others' past actions by virtue of race, sex, or national origin. DeSantis says he passed this law intending to fight back against woke indoctrination and critical race theory. For those of you who don't know, this is a clear example of what we call whitewashing, and on top of it, a clear fucking violation of the First Amendment. But let's keep going, shall we? Now, after passing this wonderful law, what does DeSantis do? He passes a ban so that Florida schools will not be able to teach AP African American history. And what was the reason for this ban, you said? He claimed that it significantly lacked educational value, and of course, it now breaks state law. And we all know what law that is, right? It's stop woke. So, after that, he continues to make waves of demands and trouble for higher education. Some of those waves including getting answers on their spending habits for diversity, equality, and inclusion programs. He was questioning about services provided to transgender people in the universities. He wanted to know about spending on programs and other expenses related to diversity, equality, and, of course, inclusion. He wanted to know just how much money of those programs were coming from the state, and he demanded that it be made public. He promised to review that budget himself and that he would root out the trendy ideology that plagued the campuses in Florida State. But that was not all he did. He also asked lengthy questions about transgender people as well, including one of the questions being the number of people who sought sex reassignment. He wanted to know the number of people prescribed hormones, puberty blockers, and those who went through any kind of gender-affirming surgeries. And he wanted the breakdown of that information by age. Now, during this time, Ron DeSantis is also demanding menstrual cycle information on high school athletes. Why? We know why. But let's just keep going. So what comes next? Ron DeSantis wants to pass a law for permitless carry in Florida. What does this law do, you said? It basically allows someone to carry a concealed weapon without a permit, training, or gun safety necessary with a concealed weapons permit. Now, one of the other lovely things that Mr. DeSantis has done for the state of Florida is reestablish what he has called the Florida State Guard. Now, this emergency-focused guard is made up of volunteers and retired Marine Corps. And it already has a director, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Graham. And in his own words, this guard will not be encumbered by the federal government. Now, of course, he claims that this guard is only for natural disasters and man-made emergencies, just to help the state of Florida out. Which is cute, but for those of you who don't know, the State Guard was originally created in 1704 as a way to control slaves. But that's not all. What comes next? Ron DeSantis signs the Migrant Transport Measure, which basically gives him more power to transport illegal aliens to a more sanctuary jurisdiction, allowing him to send asylum seekers right the fuck out of Florida where he does not want them. But of course, he did this on the hush hush with no cameras, no press conferences. He just kind of announced it later. But wait, we're not done. He then bans gender-affirming care. And let's not forget, he already banned abortion as well, allowing such tragic stories as these to be coming out of the state of Florida quite often. And then, of course, after all of this, let's not forget his beautiful announcement of running for president in 2024. First of all, this is a perfect example of why we say we need to vote, because this is fucking ridiculous. This situation has become so ridiculous. Him trying to control the narrative of everything has produced also articles like these. Now, Ron DeSantis has come back and said that, that story of the bookshelves being empty in schools is ridiculous, but if it's so ridiculous, then why did I get a message that said this from my son's teacher? Basically saying because of what's going on, they have to cancel his book club because of these fucking laws. Have you guys ever seen Handmaid's Tale? Who have not seen this show, please take the time to go and watch it. Because with the bullshit that's going on right now, that's where the fuck we're headed. The Stop Woke Act. An act basically put together to whitewash our education system, move women back for generations, promote hatred and racism, and basically an attack against the LGBTQIA community. All under the guise of trying to say that he is protecting our children and our community. And isn't it funny the word he used, the acronym woke? Because we all know what it means to be woke. It means opening up your eyes and seeing the things that you aren't able to see to make you a smarter and better individual. And he would like to stop that. Do y'all really want this man for president? Y'all better open up your eyes, educate your children, get yourself registered to vote, and get your ass out there and actually vote. before America really does turn into a Handmaid's Tale. Y'all have a good fucking day.